latest Scotch for Dummies.
Welcome to the show.
We're back.
We are back.
And we're ready to roll.
In business, gents.
It has been too long, as we always say.
It's been 5 or 6 days.
We think that all the time.
Seems like
It's
been a
way
long
too
time.
much.
But we're glad you're here and check
we
it
have
out.
Scotch.
Tonight,
We have Scotch.
we have a nice little bottle from our friends at Vine and Table. Picked it up there. It is Edradour 10. So we have done an Edradour before.
I like Edradour.
So we're going to try another one. This is their entry level, 10-year. Edradour is a unique little distillery.
Is this a small place with like 2-3 guys working?
This is.
It says 3 guys. As
Okay.
it always has been.
In 2005, it was the smallest distillery in Scotland. Now, I don't know who took them over or who
What
opened
did
up
you
their
say?
backyard.
You
or
said
what.
something about how much they make in a year. Or
Yeah,
something?
they make in a year what most distilleries make in a week.
Wow.
So they're
Really?
Hey
small.
Bob, how's it going? Well, Chuck,
They-
I'm doing great.
Yeah, when you got 3 people and they're hand labeling each bottle because they got time. They're not making that many of
So
them.
we're overstaffed to run that distillery, right?
Yes, we are overstaffed.
Scotch 3 Dummies would be alright.
But the beauty is they make a nice. They're pretty well known for their quality little quality bottles. Now this specific bottling here is in a combination of bourbon cask and sherry cask, Oloroso sherry. It's 40% ABV.
43.
43% ABV.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was 40.
Nope, it says on the bottle 43.
So that varies year to year, but 43% ABV, chill filtered,
Yes.
but natural color.
Right.
So that's rather unique when you look at a 10-year with this kind of color in it.
Yeah, it's got a lot.
I'm really interested in what this is going to
Right, for a natural coloring. $50 I think is what we
Roughly.
gave for it, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yep,
40,
I'm seeing
45,
45, 50 bucks.
I have to pull up the receipt for it.
So actually a little bit expensive, I think, for a 10-year.
It is.
You know, but then again, it's a smaller distillery, so you're talking about harder distribution. You know, I mean,
You're gonna
they've
get the
got
economies of
more
scale.
overhead just because it's
Right.
a smaller operation. So I mean, I guess you kind of you pay for that. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of like going to, you know, a mom and pop shop versus going to, you know, Walmart or something to shop. I mean,
You
it's
can
a
smell that sherry.
it's a smaller
Located
operation.
It's
pretty much
smack dab in the
dead
middle.
center.
It's south of the center, maybe.
So it is a Highland, but it's about as low a Highland as you can get because it's just on the south side of
Yep.
the mountains there. So it
Not
just,
far from Dalwhinnie, I think.
Ooh, you know, I mean,
It's got a little
First Swift honestly reminds me of a Macallan 12.
really.
Not as sulfury.
You know what? I can see
Yeah,
that.
it does.
You'll get some apple, green apple.
Green apple.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It does have a similar.
Yeah, it's got a real similar
Nose to it.
nose.
Kind of a-
12.
I don't know, like
It's kind of viscous. Look
it's-
at it.
It's
yeast,
got the,
you guys get yeast, like a bread smell.
It's
Yeah.
got that malty,
Yeah.
bready. But you know what? I kind of. It's not over the top sherry. You know, I mean, it's definitely got some bourbon influence
It's
going
got some
on.
caramel.
So what was the other Edradour we did? It's back to it's
Sauterne cask.
Yeah.
it was the
Yeah.
Sauternes. That's right. And the only person that really liked the Sauternes was Sean.
This is the other one we received.
Right.
As
I
our
didn't
conviction.
mind the Sauternes.
I was the only one who really liked the Sauternes wine.
Yeah, so it is.
That's
That's
true.
definitely a unique flavor. So this is, I guess, their basic
All right.
self mix.
You know what?
Let's see what's in this thing.
It may just be me, but it tastes a little hot for 43.
I'm really interested in how they pull that color out of the cask in 10 years. They must
It
be
is hot.
really
Squeeze it.
heavily
A lot
charred.
of squeezing,
43, it is hot.
They only got
right?
Yeah.
They only
That's
got
not just
3
me?
guys.
But it's good.
Boy, it's good. I think it's got a lot of flavor. Honestly, funny enough, it smells a lot like the Mac 12 to me, nose-wise. Not as sulfury, not as rubbery. Doesn't taste like it.
No,
No.
not at all. Very rich in the sherry though. It's a very potent. Not a sweet tone, but just the richness of it.
Yeah, I'm getting that richness, fruits, deep fruits, dried fruits.
Yeah.
I feel like raisin bread. You
Yeah.
know, it's got that malty characteristic to it, but it's got like dried
Yes.
fruits
Like-
and sugar.
Like Raisin Bran cereal almost.
I get a little bit of bitterness in the aftertaste. Late aftertaste.
It's got a little bit of like a, I almost want to say like a tannic quality from wine.
Well, if you're coming from
It's a nice linger.
if there's lots of char in those barrels, maybe pulling some of those tannins and
And that
There's no telling.
very well be.
Okay, so Edradour 12 or 10, Highland, natural color, chill filter.
Bob made it.
One of the 3 gents. Yeah, let's share this with everybody.
You know what? Honestly, I
Only
think that's
3 in
really
number.
cool.
I love
As
that.
there
fact,
always have
actually.
been.
makes me want to just really buy more of those because, like, you know, some TLC in that thing.
Well, this is like farm to table kind of stuff. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
It's not a massive industrial complex that's cranking out 1 million barrels a year.
Right.
Yeah.
It's more of a
Every
mom and
now
pop
again,
shop,
You get some
you know.
weird, fruity, flowery smell, but it doesn't last.
I'll tell you what, put a little water on it. Put a
Yeah.
couple drops on it. It gets a lot more
Yeah.
floral.
The finish
You
is
smelling that?
a little different, I think.
Yeah. The nose has definitely changed
It's
with water.
sweeter and more floral.
I liked it better without water in the nose so far.
I'll tell you what though.
Really?
The second drink's not
I
nearly as
think
hot.
it's good.
Once
No,
your
yeah.
mouth gets acclimated to that,
Yep.
that ABV, you're able to get a lot more of the flavor out of it.
But did not, for 43, did not kill the nose though.
No, honestly, I think it.
I didn't think
There's a lot of scotches
I
around
would
40,
put about
43. You put
3
water
drops on
it.
there.
That's
And I got
light.
I got floral. I got the flavor is more honeyed and almost more syrupy.
It's a beautiful color. I got to give them credit for that. For 10 years,
I really am surprised they can get all that color out of that.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a lot of.
Without
I'm getting a
E150.
dry mouth
Right.
on the finish. It's kind of drying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tannic.
With the water, it's changed now too from the neat on the finish.
So
to
I'm
me.
curious
it's
to
like
know-
it's more acidity or something.
Yeah.
What other bottlings does Edradour do other than the soft turns? We know they do that because we've got a bottle of that.
I don't specifically know. They're known for like 10 or 12 different casking.
Really?
That's what they do. They take their new make and they cask them in all sorts of weird things.
Well, it said when Signatory bought them that they changed. They offered more caskings now since they bought them. I think they
Signatory
said
bought
they did a peated cask maybe. Did they say that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know they do a few others, but you know, to be honest, it's hard to find them just because, at least in our market, there's just not. They're not widely distributed because it's such a small production run
Right.
that it's honestly hard to kind of find them.
It is.
I mean, we find them at Vine and Table, but I don't know that I've ever seen them anyplace else.
You looking for a flavor wheel?
I'm
See? It works.
is vegetable?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Is that something? I hate. I've never used this word on the nose before, but I almost smell. If I really get a good whiff of it, it almost smells like celery.
Celery, interesting. It's like a Bloody Mary or something.
So there, between sulfury and fainty, you get vegetative, which includes
I'm giving
cabbage,
you the crazy look 'cause I don't know where
turnips,
you got that, man. I
Cooked
don't
carrots.
know.
cabbage, yeah.
Okay, now I
I feel
got
like
you.
the flavor
I
wheel's
got
cheap.
you.
I'm
I got you. When you cut celery up, I got you a little bit there. I can picture that.
You cut a lot more
I was
celery.
gonna say I've cut up more celery than the
You're
three of you
numb
put
to it.
together.
I ain't buying it, man.
I don't smell any celery.
I'm stretching for it, but I know I got you. I know you're
All right, so let me try this with the water.
So who's up
Let's
first?
get it.
Who wants to start?
I guess I can go. You know, I actually enjoy this scotch. I think it's a pretty decent scotch. It's up there in price for a 10-year-old, but I think it's a quality scotch. I'm with you guys. I really appreciate the fact that whether it's true or not, the whole 2 or 3 man pop industry. I think
Right.
it's really awesome. So I'm gonna automatically give it a point for that. I think it's just a cool factor. I've already said on the nose. I actually enjoyed it better on the nose without water than with water. But without water, it was it was very rich smelling. I can't remember now on the nose, but the taste of sherry was awesome. I love the quality of the sherry. It wasn't a sweet, mind you. It was just a nice richness to it. Put some water on it. A few minutes later, it kind of died down a little bit on the sherry, and more of a caramely finish. But with you on the finish too, it kind of acidity or some kind of tingling going on. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what that is. But
That
overall,
peppery? I don't know if it's peppery
maybe
or,
Spice
or
maybe or
acidic.
something?
Yeah.
maybe, but overall, I would say, and I think you're spot on as earlier, I think it's very almost like Raisin Bran type taste to me. So I enjoy it. I think it's a good scotch. A little pricey for what I want to do, but I'll give it a little bit kick for the small man thing. I'm going to go 2.5, and that's one above average.
All right,
Stuff.
all right. I too enjoyed this scotch. It was, 10-year-old scotch. I'm not really putting on a high pedestal. You know what I mean? It's an entry-level scotch. So what they're kind of trying to do is introduce you to their brand. You know what I mean? It's not going to sit in the barrel long enough usually to pick up a whole lot of flavor.
Yeah.
But this one's surprisingly good. No color added, so it's natural color and it's got a lot of color, which I like, and I thought it had a good flavor profile. The nose initially I wasn't. It was okay. It had like a malty, sweet quality, nothing over the top. Flavor profile I thought was pretty good. It had that dried fruit, raisins primarily, and it had some sugar. It had a malty characteristic to it, but it was hot. You know, and for 43, I wasn't expecting that at all. So that kind of threw me for a loop. Put a little water on it. I get a little bit more of a floral characteristic coming out of it, which I don't think you guys really got. It faded over time, but initially when I put the water on, it was a nice floral nose to it. With the water, it actually brought out some of the honey characteristics that I think were kind of hiding in the background, and that made it a little more enjoyable as well. But I never lost that hot feeling. Really? And it's almost not an alcohol hot, it's like a spice hot.
Yes, I agree.
And so that was a little bit different. That kind of threw me off. Almost like when you eat a pepper, you know, I mean, it was a lingering quality and it stuck with me for a little while. So that was a little different. So, I mean, it had like an allspice, clove, pepper, you know, kind of in those spice families. So it was a little bit different. I like that it's a 3-man gig. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm hoping that it is. I love that kind of stuff. This was an interesting scotch. $50. I'll give it a 2.5. I thought it was a good scotch. I enjoyed it.
Yep, I agree with that one.
What you got, man?
All right, I'm gonna start off with the.
You gotta just drink it out of the box.
I'm gonna start off with the lid, man. This is Scotland's little gem. That's what it says and I tend to agree. I like it a lot actually for a 10, and I'm gonna give it a lot of credit for a 10.
Yeah, I don't have many 10s that it's good.
So I'm going to give it a 3, and I'm going to talk my way into this because I started off at a 2.5, but I really got to give these guys credit for making a 10 this flavorful. I think it's really complex. I think there's a lot going on. I think it's ever changing since I poured it, whether I put water on it or not, and I did. I'm getting more and more out of it every time I let it sit for it, take another whiff, take another drink. I was just thinking that. And so while you were talking, that spicy aftertaste, I don't want to say menthol, but it is hot but not alcohol, and I'm like, that's really interesting. And it stays with you for a while, but there's a long aftertaste. The nose just keeps changing for me, and I keep getting fresh smells of something else, and I'm like, wow, where's
really?
this? So, I mean, while you were talking, I got in there and I was like, man, I almost smell grainy, like wet bread or something. And I mean, it just, for a 10-year-old, I got to give him credit. Now, do I think that a 3 for this ranks up against a 3 of a higher quality Scotch or an 18? No, I'm saying for a 10-year-old, what they've been able to produce, I got to tip my hat. For $50, I got to tip them and give them a 3 for it. I think it's a really great bottle. I'm really glad we got it because I wasn't too impressed with the first Edradour, right? Because it was the soft turns, it was a special thing. I really like it. I think this is really interesting, and for a 10-year-old, it's an eye-opener. It's like, whoa, there's something that can be done in 10 years.
Yep.
So hats off. I give them a 3.
Yep.
There you go, Andrew.
Well, I agree. Yes. What all you said, you get some apple on the nose, you get some of that sweet fruit.
That's celery.
You go into tasting it, and so I've added a little water to this, couple, probably half a dozen drops to it, and you start off with that sweetness. It kind of rolls over your tongue, and then as it rolls back, then it turns into more of that spicy, peppery hotness that is it's unique to this bottle. I don't remember that. Having that sweet sherry start and then rolling into such the hotness of that pepper that I guess that's how we're describing that. Really?
No, I mean, I get a little bit of hot.
It's almost like like you were saying, a tannin, an acidic flavor that kind of almost starts to burn at the end, and then it rolls away, and you still have some sherry lingering after that. But that heat is not your normal alcohol heat. So I appreciate that.
Did you water it down too much?
I am going to give this a 2.5. Because I appreciate the small size, I appreciate the kind of the changing quality that you don't always get in a 10-year-old Scotch. It can be very unidimensional, and this definitely changes between the nose, between the palate, and then to the finish. So I say
don't say celery.
What'd you say it was? 2.5?
2.5.
So 3 2.5s and a 3
for a 10-year-old Scotch.
I'm back to having the Scotch or title.
Woo! You never lost.
I never lost. It is a good Scotch, guys. Hey, if you like what you see, please subscribe. Like us right now if you can.
Yeah, tell your friends about it. Come check us out Thursday night.
If you really like us, sign up for Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
We love that too.
We got these little things here. We're doing all kinds of cool stuff.
Help support us.
Everything's right below in the description. Our Patreon link. Everything you want to see for us. So love to have you again. Thursday nights we're live after our review. So
come check us out
Thursday.
Cheers. Good bottle, guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.